Continuing on question 2, you mentioned the religious concept of thou shalt not kill, but there's also questions that you have concerning insurance and the government and costs that were things that you mentioned concerned you.
Yes, because it's so much less expensive for the insurance company to pay for a prescription for some poison pills than it is to send someone for an MRI. It's less expensive to pay for prescription for poison pills than to cover the cost of an MRI or some diagnostic testing or some treatment, a surgery. Why would the insurance company want to go and pay all that money when they can do it this way, which is less expensive?
And considering how costs have been driving things these days, that's not an unfounded fear, especially for the future. And you have a law that's written one way now, but who knows how the law will be changed over the course of years.
Yes. And also, not only the insurance companies, but the federal government has a motive, could profit from this. Why would they want to pay an elderly woman or an elderly man Social Security and Medicare when it's to their advantage? It will save them a lot of money.
It's actually the abortion argument. I don't think that it's an accident that abortion clinics are in minority communities where people think they're going to save money by knocking off people. And since we have that example among the young, I don't see why we won't have that example among the old.
Yes, I agree.
And was there anything else you wanted to add before we went?
Yes, I understand that this is already occurring in the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands, and I believe in Sweden as well, and a couple of states, Oregon and Washington at this time.
And I have been told by a physician that people there are afraid to go to the hospital. They're afraid who knows what will happen there, what will they be offered there, and they may never return home.
And what I think is interesting is we have so many people who are currently abusing, for example, you have doctors who aren't shy about abusing the disability laws, shall we say, and I don't understand why people think that they'll be shy about if someone says, my mother, it's very hard to take care of my mother, she's never going to get better, or something like that. I don't see why, once you start the precedent that it's all right to kill people, why that might not be the case in this situation. And it very much scares me. And although I still have a few years before I'd be in that age bracket, I think by the time I reach my 60s and 70s, it's going to be common if this passes.
And also the relatives, the patient's relatives, some people are very greedy. Why would they want to take care of Aunt Lily for the next few years when it's so much easier and quicker to give her some pills and send her off, and they can go out and enjoy the inheritance so much faster?
It is a tad narcissistic, and for those who are watching this who are thinking, oh, well, my children won't do that, and maybe you think that about your children. I'd like to think that about my children. Think about the person who lives next door. What do you think about their kids? You think they would do it? People are much more willing to believe this among other people than themselves, and that's, I think, one of the real dangers here. We get in our mind that it's going to be all right, but then practice doesn't work.
Yes, exactly. I agree with you.
Well, again, thank you so much for your time, and I'll let you get back to your adoration. And again, my best to you.
Thank you.
All right.